So are you ready to find your next big idea? In this explainer, we are diving into some of the most unique business concepts for 2025. But this isn't just a list. Think of it as a complete roadmap. We're going to take you from that very first spark of an idea all the way to a successful launch. Let's dive in.
And this is the perfect place to start, right? It's so easy to feel like all the great ideas are already taken. But the truth is, opportunity is literally all around us. The whole goal here is to help you see those opportunities and find the one that just clicks with your skills and your passions.
Okay, so first stop on our journey. Let's understand the spark. What exactly takes a simple thought and turns it into a truly unique, viable business concept? Because it's about so much more than just being different.
This right here gets to the heart of the strategy. A really unique business idea isn't just quirky or new for the sake of it. No, it's a precise solution to a real problem for a very specific group of people. I like to think of it as finding a gap in the market and building the perfect bridge to fill it. And that bridge, well, it's built on these three pillars. First, does this solve a genuine pain point for someone? Second, can it grow beyond just your first few customers? And finally, does it offer something that your competitors can't just go and copy tomorrow? If you can say yes to all three, you've got something really special on your hands. All right, now that we're clear on what makes an idea great, let's pull out the map. We're going to explore three totally distinct pathways, three really powerful business ideas that nail those core characteristics for the coming year. Our first pathway is incredibly relevant right now. Think about it. Businesses are creating more content than ever. Podcasts, webinars, articles, but they really struggle to get the most out of it. An AI-powered service that can take one long piece of content and slice it into dozens of social posts, clips, and emails, that is an absolute game changer.
And the opportunity here is just staggering. The content marketing industry is projected to be worth over 107 times billion dollars. That huge number is fueled by businesses that are desperate to stand out in a super noisy world. So this isn't some small niche, it's a massive market that is hungry for a solution that saves time and maximizes their impact.
So what does a market that big mean for you? We're talking real, tangible revenue. A single client could be worth up to $5,000 a month. Why? Because you're not just offering a simple service, you're solving a very, very expensive problem for businesses.
Okay, let's switch gears from a purely digital service. Our second pathway is all about physical products, but with a modern, really meaningful twist. Corporate gifting is a huge market, but let's be honest, it's often super impersonal. A curated subscription box that features unique, sustainable products from small businesses? That completely changes the game. It's gifting with a story, with a conscience.
And you know what? The business model is incredibly strong. Just look at these profit margins. While your typical retail store might hover around 20%, this curated model can hit margins of 40 to 60%. That's because you're not just selling products, you're selling a curated experience and a truly unique service.
For our final pathway, let's look at how technology isn't just enhancing a service, but completely redefining its boundaries. Virtual interior design uses tech like AR and VR to offer design services to anyone, anywhere in the world. Seriously, you're no longer limited to clients in your city. Your market is suddenly global.
What I love about this model is the incredible flexibility in how you make money. As you can see here, you can offer a whole range of services at different price points, from quick hourly consultations to full-blown room designs, or even virtual staging for real estate. This kind of diversification makes the business so much more resilient and adaptable.
Okay, we've explored the map, we've seen the ideas. Now it is time for the blueprint. An idea, no matter how brilliant, is honestly worthless without a plan to make it real. This is where we shift from dreaming to doing.
The whole process can really be broken down into three critical stages. First, validate. And I mean really validate. Talk to at least 50 potential customers to make sure they actually want what you're thinking of building. Second, build a minimum viable product, or an MVP. That's the simplest version that solves the core problem. Then, and only then, can you start to focus on scaling up.
Every journey has its obstacles, and knowing where the common pitfalls are is the absolute best way to navigate around them. So let's look at a few classic mistakes that can totally derail even the best ideas. This one right here is probably the biggest dream killer for new founders: perfectionist paralysis. It's that endless cycle of tweaking and refining, always waiting for the perfect moment to launch. The antidote is simple: action. Get a basic version of your product, that minimum viable product, out into the world. Real customer feedback is infinitely more valuable than waiting for a perfection that's never going to arrive.
And here we are. We've reached the final, and honestly, the most exciting stage, the launchpad. This is where the journey truly begins. So here it is, a concrete 30-day action plan to take you from viewer to founder.
The goal here is all about momentum. Over the next 30 days, just follow these steps. Pick a couple of ideas you like. Go talk to real people and really understand who your competition is. Sketch out the basic finances and a simple concept for your product. Look, this isn't about building an entire company in a month. It's about taking those first, critical steps forward.
And that brings us to the end. We've given you the map of possibilities and the blueprint for how to actually execute, so the only question left is the one right here on the screen. What value will you create? The journey starts now.